County Board of Education. Today is Tuesday, November 18th. Mr. Turner will not be joining us tonight due to health reasons. I'm going to move forward with asking everyone to stand for the pledge to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Superintendent Furry, I understand that we have some special recognitions tonight.
We do. I'd like to start with the Newton Education Foundation. As you know, they are a partner of the school system, a private 501(c) nonprofit who raises money for our public schools. And tonight, and returns those monies to the school system in the form of grant. And we have a grant application cycle that our teachers go through to secure the grant. Tonight, representing the Newton Education Foundation, we have Dr. Jamie Berry, Tina Ulmer, Angela Ellis, and Mr. Jimmy Tanner. I'd like to welcome you to the podium to go over your grant information and recognize the recipients.
Good evening, and thank you very much. I don't think I need a microphone. I can just talk a lot. We are super excited to be here this evening to give just over $5,100 in grants to 3 very deserving teachers from the Newton County School System. The first teacher is from Oak Hill Elementary School, Lynn Banky. If you would please come up.
Thank you very much.
Lynn's grant will fund a STEM lab, and with the monies, she will buy storage for the STEM lab as well as materials to use throughout the elementary level. And one of the things that she's really hoping to do with her 4th and 5th graders is instill a love of science. So thank you very much. We're thrilled to fund that. Our second grant recipient this evening is from the Newton County Career Academy, and that's Marcus Pollard. Not only does Marcus earn a grant for his academic trout routes grant, which is essentially a garden where they will both raise trout and then they will use the trout to do something with herbs and vegetables and then put those foods back into the community. But he also gets the special grant writer award this time because of the $2,000 that was available. He spent $1,995.95. So congratulations. And then our final grant recipient for this round is Shanna Powell from Middle Ridge Elementary School. Shanna's grant is a third STEM-oriented grant that we funded this cycle, and hers is entitled Sprouting New Roots Garden and STEM Lab. And so one of the really exciting things about her grant is it was very cross-curricular. It involved folks from the community, including nutritionists, the folks from some of the local garden clubs, to help build what they hope will be the beginning and the extension of their current outdoor classrooms. So congratulations to all 3 of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you to the Newton Education Foundation. We appreciate your continued support, and we look forward to seeing you next grant cycle. In addition to the Newton Education Foundation, we also, Madam Chair, have 2 employees and 2 students who we'd like to recognize this evening for their accomplishments. We'll begin first with our 2 employees, both of whom are media specialists in our school system. We'll begin with Mei Zhang. If you'll recall, we recognized her in her absence. We were still calling you out, Mei, just to recognize your accomplishments. So tonight makes this a formal recognition. Mei Zhang works at Alcovey High School, and I'd like to ask her to come forward. In March of this year, Mrs. Zhang was selected to serve as the Newton County School System's Media Specialist of the Year. We are proud to announce that she was recently named the South Metro District Library Media Specialist of the Year by the Georgia Library Media Association. She was honored for her exemplary media program at the Library Media Specialist of the Year Awards luncheon on Friday, November the 7th. Congratulations, Ms. Zhang, and you are very deserving of this honor. We appreciate you. I'd like to call Miss Lori McGovern forward. Mrs. McGovern is from Indian Creek Middle School, and she was recently named one of 3 schools statewide to receive the Library Media Program Exemplary Award by the Georgia Library Media Association and the Georgia Library Association during its 13th annual awards. Indian Creek's media program is led by Mrs. McGovern. The GLMA Library Media Program is the highest recognition for library programs and demonstrates how library programs are meeting our school improvement goals, as well as improving students' achievement. Indian Creek Middle School is the first Newton County school to ever receive this distinguished recognition. The GLA Exemplary Library Media Program requires that selected schools must meet or exceed provided definitions on 21 standard rubrics, including 6 key areas: student achievement, instruction, technology, staffing, facilities, access and resources, administrative support, and staff development. All exemplary programs must meet or exceed definitions for those 6 key areas for basic, proficient, and exemplary. All exemplary programs must have achieved the requirements set out in the state education laws, state board policies, state guidelines, and selected national standards. Exemplary library media programs such as Indian Creek Middle School may not apply again for 10 years after being honored. Congratulations, Mrs. McGovern, on a job well done. We're very proud of you. Madam Chair, next we will move to our students. We'll have 2 tonight who are very talented musicians who have received a very, very special honor. I'd like to ask Reed Waters and Austin Barnett from the Pride of Eastside Marching Band to come forward. Austin and Reed will be marching in the iconic Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City on Thanksgiving Day. They are 2 of only 11 students from the state of Georgia who earned spots on the prestigious marching band. Overall, 228 students from across the United States are participating. Our talented musicians will perform under the direction of Dr. Richard Good of Auburn University, assisted by Barry Hauser from the University of Illinois. In order to be selected, Austin and Reed were required to submit an application and perform a musical solo audition and post a video to YouTube to be judged and to determine part placement. Since they will be spending Thanksgiving away from their families, Austin and Reed will attend a special Thanksgiving banquet with their fellow band participants in New York. In addition to the banquet, they will also have the opportunity to attend a leadership educational workshop. The workshop will focus on leadership and encourage students to achieve their maximum potential. Congratulations to both of you on a job well done. We will definitely be watching the Thanksgiving Day Parade so that we can see you march. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So very proud of our educators and our students. Thank you all for being here this evening. This concludes the recognition portion of this evening's meeting, and while you are more than welcome to stay for the business part of the meeting, if you wish to leave, now would be a great time for you to do that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Superintendent Fury. Public participation, Ms. Allen. Okay, thank you. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Superintendent's report, Dr. Lockhart.
Yes, Madam Chair, Superintendent reports for Tuesday, November 18th. Operations, there are no changes to the financial or operations report.
Okay. And the presentation is going to fall up under here.
Yes, ma'am, I can go ahead and talk about the curricular instructional technology report. No changes to that report nor to the enrollment report. And at this time, we'll have a presentation. I believe Ms. Fury will take the floor.
Yes, yes. Tonight we'll hear from Ms. Sherry Davis Vineyard, our Director of Public Relations. Over the last year or so, Ms. Davis Vineyard and I have been talking about establishing a PR campaign that really focuses and highlights some of the great things that go on in our school system. And what we have for our board tonight is what we are calling the annual report. And so I've asked Ms. Davis Vineyard to walk us through the annual report in short order, and also to give you a copy of the annual report so that you can take it and read it at your leisure. I'm extremely proud of the results of this annual report. It has never been done before. It will provide our community, our parents, our business and industry with a forum to look to the school system for the things that we do for our students. There's also, Sherry, I don't have that one with me, the second
Thank
part.
you.
Do you have an extra copy? I have the first part. There's also an addendum to the annual report that will be posted online that goes through and lists and identifies and highlights all of our points of accomplishment and points of pride. And as a school system, we have a great deal of things to be proud of, including our most recent high school information that has already been in the paper. There are lots of things that are going on across the system, but highlighting our high schools specifically because their data is the most recent available. But it's all contained in the annual report for review, and we will be taking and soliciting feedback and options for even improving this annual report. But we expect that our board will be pleased with the results that they see tonight as Ms. Davis Vineyard takes us through the report.
Well, she stole some of my thunder, so I'll just get right started. I won't read this to you because I know you don't want to be read to, but I'll just take you through it briefly. The first section of the report is basically introduction letters from both the superintendent and the school board chair. That's followed by a section detailing the duties and functions of the school board and the superintendent. I don't want to go too fast. No. From there, we move to our framework for everything we do, our strategic plan. And if you notice at the bottom of that page, we tell our stakeholders where they can find a copy of the plan. It's on our website. There's a section on our reaccreditation process. We were proud to be reaccredited last year. And then from there, we move into the business side. We have a detailing of our financial status, including a chart of our expenditures and revenues. And then if you flip the page, our tax digest history. The next section is dedicated to our employees. It has features on our National Board Certified Teachers. We've got a couple of them in here tonight. Our Teacher of the Year program. And then if you flip the page again, we didn't want to leave out our retirees. We had a lot of retirees last year. Then the report turns its focus to our students, where they are, how many we have, their racial, ethnic distribution, And I just find it amazing that we had almost 30 languages spoken last year in our schools. You'll see a page on school safety, the nutrition program, the transportation department. And then from there, you'll find in-depth information on our test results. We were so proud last year that all of our major test scores increased last year. So we have a section for the ACT, the SAT, the EOCT, and the CRCT. That's a lot of T's. But if you notice from looking at it, all of the scores went up, which we were so, so proud of. The performance section also has information on our CCRPI status. If you'll notice, that's from the year 2013. That's the latest data that we have from the state. Then you get into highlights from the school year. Middle Ridge was named a National Blue Ribbon School. The Career Academy was named a Ford Next Generation Learning Community. Our technology department won a major international award. And then, of course, we announced the name of our 2014 Partner of the Year, which was the Farm Bureau. We didn't want to leave out our students who did well in the arts, so we have a section on the fine arts and all of the students who won awards. And then we end with information about our STEM Institute that we launched last year. We asked for more information from alumni. We started an alumni spotlight this year. And then we have information on how parents can stay in touch with our schools. And then I'm already working on the report for next school year, so if you have any ideas or suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them. And hopefully, once the principals see the supplement tomorrow and realize what they left out this year, this section will be even bigger next year. Any questions?
Impressed.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, very well put together. Thank you so much. Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the superintendent's report?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We have no old business. Moving on to new business. Dr. Lockhart?
Yes, requested board action relative to surplus property. No changes to that report, Madam Chair.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve item A?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, proceed to B, please.
Yes, B, the superintendent requests that the board approve the personnel recommendations made during the executive session.
Okay. Can I have a motion for item B?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good. Other matters of interest?
Yes, Madam Chair, I have a few, if that's okay with you.
Go ahead.
I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize a couple of things for the school system. First of all, we contributed this year $88,229.21 to the United Way, compared to last year of $84,060. So our staff continues to lead the way with their contributions to the United Way, and we are very appreciative and grateful for their contributions as the United Way serves the members of our community. I'd also like to recognize the 4 middle schools and 1 high school. I just received a letter today from the state superintendent recognizing Clements Middle School, Cousins Middle School, Liberty Middle School, Veterans Memorial Middle School, and Newton High School for improving their school's climate and their dedication to positive behavioral interventions and supports, or the PBIS framework. And the state school superintendent actually wrote a letter acknowledging their hard work and dedication and the impact that their commitment to PBIS has on student achievement and their behavior. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Jeff Chur, who is not here this evening. However, he was identified to participate on the governor's principal advisory board. So he will be connected with the governor for a term of 1 year, and he will meet quarterly at the state capitol with the governor and members of the governor's team to work on educational issues that impact our teachers and our school system. So it's great to have that sort of representation at the state level. We also completed yesterday our partnership with in a partnership with the Chamber of Commerce, the Principal for a Day event, where almost all of our schools were visited by members of our business and industry community to see what it's like to be a principal. And after the visit takes place, I assemble the members who are participating in this room, and we have a debriefing session that addresses what their experience was like, and then we listen for opportunities to improve and to connect better with business and industry. And Madam Chair and board members, I must tell you that the business and industry was very proud of the work of our school system. And one question I always ask everybody as they visit schools: would you allow your children or your grandchildren to attend this school? And overwhelmingly, everybody in the room who remembered to answer that question said, I would allow my children or my grandchildren to attend the school that I visited today. I think each time we have the business and industry leaders and others visit our schools, it's another opportunity for them to put to rest some of the negative rhetoric that's out there about the school system. We had one person say, I expected to go into the school and see X, and I was elated to see that it was not that. It was completely a different experience than what, if I hadn't gone to the school, I would still have in my head. So the school system is committed to continuing the partnership with business and industry leaders so that we can welcome suggestions and ideas. The only thing that was a suggestion from yesterday was that we market our good things a lot better than perhaps we have in the past. And I think you probably see a lot of efforts of that change already. Ms. Davis Vineyard has lit a huge bonfire around letting everybody know what our accomplishments are and how proud we are of our school staff and our schools. It's easy to forget sometimes the great things that go on. So it was reaffirming yesterday about our principals and our schools and the work that they do. So that's a great event, and next year it's November the 16th, Monday, November the 16th. And finally, we do have two schools, Newton High School and Eastside, who are in the playoff games this weekend. Newton High School will be right here at our own Sharp Stadium playing Central Gwinnett, and Eastside will be at St. Pius, playing St. Pius Friday as well. So with that being said, just a happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Thank you, Superintendent Fury. I just want to kind of reiterate and talk about this annual report again. This is really good and going with what you said, highlighting. We have to highlight the great things in our schools so that people won't have a misconception of what is going on with our schools. So thank you again, Sherry, for this. I actually went to a workshop that the Georgia School Board Association had, and it talked about having your PR and your media relations really work on painting the picture of what your schools are like in your school system to the public. And this is an excellent start. So thank you so much for that, very much. And thank you, Superintendent Fury, for all that you do and your team. Thank you guys for the hard work, the improvement on the numbers. You guys rock and are totally awesome. So if nobody ever says anything, we appreciate the work that you do, okay? All right. Also, one thing I always say too, when I see a new face in our regular session, we do not just zoom through the agenda items. Just to let you guys know, we have a work session prior to this. Our work session is where we have dialogue and conversation on the items presented on the agenda. So that's why Dr. Lockhart said no changes. So we had dialogue and discussion on these items last week. So that's the only reason why we just were readily available to approve those items. With that being said, anybody have any other matters of interest? Okay. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Meeting adjourned.